to City 7 News, and here are the headlines at this hour. Three people charged with death of siblings. Damas owners ordered to pay 13.5 million dirhams. And local initiative to provide safe drinking water where it is needed most. Three people are facing court hearings for negligence which allegedly led to the death of two children from food poisoning in Dubai last year. According to a local report, prosecutors charged an Iraqi doctor, a Nepalese cook and a Filipino supervisor with negligence, leading to the death of 5-year-old Nathan D'Souza and his 7-year-old sister Chelsea last year. The doctor was charged with negligence in providing medical care to the children when they were admitted to hospital. The cook and the supervisor have been charged with violating the public health requirements of Dubai municipality through unhygienic practices in preserving the food, which led to bacterial contamination. The death of the children last year was highly publicized and led to stricter enforcement of food safety standards in the country. Damas and its majority owners have been fined more than 13.5 million dirhams, while the board has been dismissed. The order has been passed by the regulator of the Dubai International Financial Centre. The Dubai Financial Services Authority, or DFSA, found the majority owners guilty of making unauthorized transactions and other corporate governance violations. According to a DFSA statement, 1.5 million dirhams of the fine is payable in the near term, while the rest will be suspended as long as the company meets its remedial obligations. Damas's majority owners, the Abdullah brothers, were also ordered to pay back 365 million dirhams to the company, along with the value of 1.94 million grams of gold for tapping company accounts for personal use. Damas had been under investigation since October when Tawheed Abdullah told the board he had withdrawn 600 million dirhams in the previous 18 months for personal use, according to the DFSA report. Emirates Identity Authority has launched a new registration strategy, or NRS, to ensure that all UAE citizens get ID cards. Registration centres will now be established at healthcare facilities, schools and universities, in addition to a number of other new procedures. It is expected that NRS will lower the time period of finalizing transactions from the current 20 minutes to 8 to 10 minutes for each individual, increasing the rate of registrants every day. It's time now for a short break. Up next, local initiative to provide safe drinking water where it is needed most. Welcome back to City 7 News. Abu Dhabi Police have warned of online fraud schemes that involve bank accounts of individual users in the country. The public has been urged not to respond to emails which ask them to disclose their financial information. The CID has received reports of several phishing attempts on UAE bank customers. Phishing is a criminally fraudulent process of acquiring sensitive information by masquerading as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. Police officials have warned of bogus emails in which fraudsters pose as representatives of banks and ask recipients to fill in application forms with information such as login usernames, passwords, PIN numbers and account numbers in order for their deactivated bank accounts to be reactivated. Meanwhile, the Electronic Crimes Department of Dubai Police is blocking up to 50 websites every month after sending reports to Etisalat. The websites which were blocked or shut down included ones showing immoral images, containing fraud material and other harmful subjects. According to the police, there are some shopping websites which cheat the public and carry out theft through credit cards. The department registered nearly 434 electronics cases covering fraud and blackmail in 2009 compared to 277 in 2008. It's a resource that many of us take for granted. Clean water is increasingly becoming scarce around the globe. As we celebrate World Water Day today, a local initiative aims to help communities that need it the most.
4,000 children under age 5 die every day due to unsafe water and sanitation. It's a worldwide statistic that NGOs such as Global Water hope to change. The organization works with rural communities in developing countries with a dual focus on education and project development.
So almost all of our projects include building latrines at home sites or centrally located if the community is very spread out, in addition to a water supply. These folks, in many cases, have never had hygiene education or have had proper sanitation, and they've never had safe water supplies. So there's really an educational component to all of this as well. And so if we put in a water supply for a community and latrines in the various home sites, then we try to have an educational program in the school teaching the children about hygiene, and then they go home and teach it to their parents.
This is where the Oasis Water for Africa campaign will help. UAE consumers who buy specially labeled PET bottles or the 5-gallon home delivery bottles can drop off the labels at designated sites or go online and enter the bottle code. Upon collection of a certain number of labels, a well will be built. The campaign will also involve students in local schools.
Educating our children, being present and visible in schools as a part of this campaign is very important, and it is through education, awareness, and these kind of campaigns do a great job in doing both of those things. So the more of these kind of things we do, then I think we're contributing in that way to the awareness of these sorts of social issues.
Although company officials were unable to give the exact target figure, they have committed to building one well in Kenya at the cost of $20,000. Other countries that are likely to benefit are Botswana and Tanzania. With small individual gestures going a long way towards making a significant difference, the campaign aims to provide not just clean water, but the dignity that comes along with it. Sonia Filinto, City 7 News.
Work at the $2.7 billion Maidan Racecourse, the world's largest, is on track for full completion in time for the Dubai World Cup on March 27th. Workers are now putting the finishing touches to key VIP areas. This includes setups for the Elton John and Santana concert, plus lighting and sound, as well as the final dress rehearsals for the opening ceremony. The Dubai World Cup is the world's richest horse race with a purse of $10 million. 8 races will be run in total. Moving on to the weather forecast, here's a look at the temperatures expected in the Emirates tomorrow. Well, that's all we have for now. Please feel free to send us your feedback to news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04-367-2254. You can also watch our news bulletins anytime on city7tv.com, and do join the City 7 News Facebook group. Thanks for joining us.